times have changed so much. If you don't tell somebody what you did, somebody else will take your credit, dude. I've done shit in Compton, and people had to take credit for the shit. I had to go back and redistribute the flyer and put my name on the shit because somebody was trying to take credit for what I did. And people do it all the time.
Damn. Who made those outfits, Lonzo? I've seen one in person, and it's pretty extravagant sequins and all that. Who's responsible for making your outfits?
Our original suits, ones you see on the purple album cover, was made by my boy Taylor Mike, downtown LA. He's still alive. He's in Vegas doing suits right now. But Taylor Mike, he was the guy that did all my pants and two-piece suits when I was in high school. Taylor Mike, it was a brother on 7th in Los Angeles, downtown LA, and he was always in a hurry because he was always behind schedule. He made all our clothes because to go back in the day, to go to the prom, or even go to a homecoming dance, you had to have a Taylor suit, dude. You couldn't go to the homecoming dance without a Taylor suit. You couldn't do it. And I laugh about that now because now folks got to have new pair of Jordans or some tennis shoes. But then we was getting custom made pants and shirts, and depending on what the event was, we might just get a pair of pants made. My partner, he was so cold, Norris. He took home economics class and learned how to sew his own shit. That's how important it was for us to look good back in the day. And that whole era of Compton hip hop, of Compton in the early days, it just been washed away. Because before we wore khakis, before brothers started wearing khakis, they were the cleanest cats. The gangsters was the cleanest cats on the set. Before khakis and the Pendleton shirts came into play in the late 80s, early 80s. Up until then, the gangsters was. That's how you know he was a gangster, because he was the cleanest cat in school. Leather jackets, hats, biscuits, shined every day. And if you wore Levi's, they was creased to razor sharpness. That was the sign of being a gangster, or at least being cool.
All right, so school's back in session for most of the country. So let's take it back to your day, back when school was about to start. And I specifically want to talk about the dances, man. All right, or a sock hop. What's Lonzo doing, let's say 24 to 48 hours before a sock hop or a school dance? Break it down from start to finish, man.
First of all, we just watched the latest episode of Soul Train to see what they wearing. We trying to steal their moves. And that Soul Train is on Saturday. The dance is on Friday, most likely. We practicing in my boy's garage how we gonna make this happen. Whether we just getting our groove on or doing some kind of semi-locking move. Okay, we might be under the tree in the front yard if it was too hot. In the garage, we'd be under the tree in the front garage, getting our little groove on. And my boy had an old Buick, and that's how we roll, man. We roll up there in the Buick, in this old Buick, about 4 or 5 deep. And pull up in the parking lot and go in there and get our groove on, and then we might go to the beach. And then after the beach, it's all the cracking. The beach was our motel.
What are you wearing? What's your outfit looking like?
Man, I found a spot over on Vernon and Vermont. They weren't tailor-made pants, but they had a tailored look. They'd always have a little piping on the edges. I had to go buy me a pair of them pants because sometimes Killer might get so booked. If you didn't catch him a month in advance, you couldn't get no pants done in time. So I'd go down there and get me a nice shirt and a pair of these pants with the piping in it around the edges and around the seam. Shit, I'm straight. And a hat. Got to go to the liquor store and get you a hat. Yeah. Had to get you a hat.
And no tennis shoes.
No, never. It wouldn't happen. Never would happen. Never. Nobody ever wore tennis shoes to an event. Never. You took 2 pairs of shoes to school every day, or at least left your tennis shoes in the locker. That's what we had lockers for. Man, I knew dudes that played basketball just like the New Jack City. That shit you saw in New Jack City, that was real shit. brothers playing in slacks in dress shoes. That was real shit. That was not some fantasy shit. We did that most of the time. Skins and shirts, or at least wife beaters, or most of them. If you really was cool, you had the colored t-shirts that match your drawers. The nylon shirts that match your drawers. Yeah. Yeah. That's how we roll.
Damn. There's a lot of breaking questions in the chat. Someone was talking about the Olympics and breaking, how it's a sport now, but I think that was, well, I know that was a one and done because did you see the breaking or did you see the memes that were going around with the person who won the breaking competition in the 2024 Olympics, Lonzo?
Boy, I saw more of the Australian girl who was whack as hell. Look like she was having some kind of fit.
That's the one. That's the one that went viral. Yeah, it was a joke.
Yeah, she went viral faster than the person that actually won the Olympics, and that's a damn shame. When you make a mockery or something like that. That's the part I did not like. And then you start hearing the backstory, how she and somebody was supposed to have been inside, just some insider bullshit. But because she was a professor in one of the colleges and studied some hip hop shit, that makes her qualified to be a breakdancer. Only non-melanated people can get away with that bullshit. No.
Yep. Yeah, that was some BS.
Yep. So
did you ever partake in the breaking scene back then, Lonzo? And I know you guys were pop locking back in the 70s, but can you talk to us a little bit about like the transition into the whole breaking scene where it was just huge for a few years?
We was locking back in the 70s. Pop locking didn't hit us till the 80s. When I saw pop locking, I thought they had it confused with locking. Anthony King, I thought he was, what's locking that? No, but it was different. And I never did pop lock. I was too old for that shit. By the time pop locking hit, I was already on the nightclubs. I wasn't getting on the floor or doing none of that shit. I damn sure wasn't breakdancing. Now, I sponsored many of breakdancing contests. I sponsored many of pop locking contests, but I didn't participate in shit.
Okay. How big was Gregory Rumberry for anyone who wasn't alive back then and doesn't know? Was he that big?
He was
from the pop locking to the show and things like that.
Yeah, because see a big old fat dude like that move like that, man. That was a phenomenon. We hadn't seen that before. He was hanging with the slim cats like it was nobody's business, doing the robot, the pop locking, jumping up and down on his belly.